That's right, in today's video we're going to be drawing even more characters for Marvel Rivals. I had a lot of fun drawing the characters in the previous episode and you guys seem to like it too, so let's get right into the video, shall we? Let's go! So for our first drawing today we have Iron Man, and like most of the designs in this game, I really dig Iron Man's look in this game. I love the way his helmet looks, especially the eyes, like how they're kind of like slanted like that, and I also really like the blue accents around his suit. And I made sure to include that in the colors. And like I said in my last video, my art style is a lot more cartoony than like Marvel Rivals. So while their designs are pretty complex, I'm trying to simplify it while also like trying to include what I think is necessary to the design. It took me a little bit to find the pose I wanted, but I kind of just went with a kind of your classic Iron Man flying pose with like his hand coming towards the camera, or not really the camera, but the perspective. You know what I mean. You probably noticed that his head looks a little big, but I made sure to adjust that later on in the drawing, so don't worry too much. And something I noticed while I was drawing this is that I don't feel the best when it comes to drawing like mechs or armors or anything like that, like anything robotic. I feel like that's definitely something I can improve on, and doing this drawing made me realize that. So that gives me something fun to try to improve on. I don't have a ton to say right now, so I'm just going to boost the music for y'all. I cut a little bit of the drawing out just to save you guys some time, and with the inking, there's not really too much to say. I'm using the dry ink brush as per usual. I like that brush. It just gives the piece a little bit of texture, you know. And right now I'm on to the colors. I'm just adding some flat colors in, and yeah, there's not really a whole lot to say with the colors, although I do like the colors I use. It's mainly red, yellow, and blue, which are all primary colors, and I think the blue sky with the blue accents on his suit, it really ties the piece together, in my opinion. And but anyways, we're wrapping things up, so here is my drawing of Iron Man. Alright, the next character we're drawing is a suggestion. I can't say that word. Is a suggestion that I had in the previous video, and that would be Cloak and Dagger. Alright, next up we got Cloak and Dagger. These two are probably one of my favorite supports in the game. I don't know, I feel like I like playing as every support. And since my last video, they actually added 2 new heroes in the game, in Mr. Fantastic and Invisible Woman. And I didn't draw either of them for this video, sadly, but hey, maybe in the next one, if I don't get sick of drawing Marvel characters. It's funny, when I started out drawing, I mainly drew like superheroes like DC and Marvel characters, but I feel like in recent times my interests have kind of shifted, and I kind of said this in my last video, but I'm going to say it again anyways. But like I went a long time without drawing Marvel characters or like superheroes in general. But yeah, this game is kind of bringing me back to Marvel. It's kind of making me somewhat interested in it again. So I think that's kind of cool, and it's kind of nice. It's kind of fun just going back to drawing superheroes, because that's kind of how I started art. And when it comes to this drawing, I feel like this one is probably my least favorite in this video. I'm not saying it's bad or anything, I just feel like my other drawings are probably better than this one. I don't know, maybe that's just me though. You should comment down below which one your favorite is. And speaking of commenting, my last Marvel Rivals video did pretty good. So yeah, I just want to thank you all for tuning into that. And if you haven't seen that one already, make sure you check that one out if you're interested. I'm kind of at the point with YouTube now that I have like a decent backlog almost of videos that you could go and watch. That's just like really shameless self-promotion right there, but it's my video, so I should be allowed to. But yeah, if you're bored and got nothing else to do and you haven't seen my previous videos, then maybe you could go check those out too. Yeah, right now we're on the inking stage, and I feel like the inking stage is probably the most chill part when it comes to a drawing. It's almost like you're just tracing over your work. I mean, there's a little more to it than that, but I mean, I feel like it's it's pretty chill, low-key. Alrighty, soon we're going to be moving on to the colors, and I feel like I played it pretty safe with the colors, and I'm not really saying that in a good way. I don't know, I feel like I didn't really push myself too much with the colors, or really this drawing in general. I overall just played it pretty safe. Doesn't look bad, but I feel like it also doesn't look anything incredible. I don't know, that might just be me being a nerd. But anyways, here's my drawing of Cloak and Dagger. For our third drawing today, we're doing Psylocke, and I think Psylocke's design is super cool in this game. I wanted to include her scarf and how it like fades into butterflies. I don't really know how that works, but hey, it looks cool. I wanted to make this drawing feel more dramatic, so I had her facing away from the perspective, but she's also looking back as if she's about to like use her ult or something. I made sure to have her hair and scarf kind of like almost like flowing in the wind. I don't know, I thought that was a lot of fun. I think the most difficult thing about this drawing is probably the sword. Her sword in this game has a pretty interesting hilt. It almost has like a butterfly shape like at the end of it. And I thought that was pretty fun to do, but again, it was still a challenge though. Alright, we're about to move on to the inking, and I'm just kidding, we're finishing up the sketching, but yeah, I'll move on to the inking after that. And yeah, I think inking is really fun. It is a lot easier doing it digitally than traditionally, although I do think it's pretty fun inking on paper as well. I think I like the feeling of drawing on paper more, but it's nice being able to undo on my iPad. But yeah, we're about to move on to the colors. I just added some layer of flat colors. Yeah, I really like the colors of Psylocke's design, like the purples, the reds, and the blue. I just think it looks really cool. I'm going to show you guys something cool real quick. So if you go into your layers and you go in the layer above a layer and set that new layer to a clipping mask, you can paint over your previous drawing and like so that it doesn't like bleed outside of the lines. And that's how I created the kind of blended effect with her scarf there. I don't know, I just thought that was cool. But yeah, that's my Psylocke drawing. I had a lot of fun with this one. I think this is probably my favorite drawing in this video, but we'll have to see what the final drawing is. But anyways, here is our drawing of Psylocke. For our fourth and final drawing today, you either love him or you hate him. It's Jeff the Land Shark. Now, this was my first time drawing, what is he, a dog shark? But yeah, I just copied one of his poses in Marvel Rivals just to make it a bit easier for me. But I do have a twist for this drawing coming soon, so stay tuned for that. Alright, so I just finished the inks for the Jeff drawing right here. I wanted to change things up with this drawing, and for the colors, I'm actually not going to be able to see what colors I'm using. See, I'm gonna go on Pinterest. I'm gonna look up color palettes and I'm gonna turn my iPad to black and white. And so I won't be able to see what colors I'm using, and I'll just use whatever colors I get randomly. I don't know if that made sense, but you'll see what I mean. Also, I just got a haircut, so that's why my hair looks different now. So yeah, for the colors, I selected a color palette on Pinterest, but I set my iPad to grayscale, so I couldn't actually see what colors I was choosing. Yeah, I just thought that was a fun little twist to add to the final drawing of today's video. I should be wrapping it up soon, and so here are the final results. Okay, final reveal in 3, 2, 1. Now, I'm not sure what I expected really with this. It almost looks like the colors are inverted. But anyways, that's all I have for you guys today. If you haven't seen my other Marvel Rivals video yet, make sure you go check that out if you want. If you haven't already, make sure you give this video a like and consider subscribing if you want to see more videos like this. But anyways, that's all I have for you guys today. Till next time, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Peace out.